Hi everybody, I'm Malin.
And I'm Jenny.
Welcome to Mysterious Writings YouTube channel.
In this episode, we're going to answer a question that was brought to us by a searcher.
Let's get to it.
Let's.
A question sent to us recently by a searcher involved in the Thrill of the Chase treasure hunt by Forrest Fenn was about the little girl from India. Mysterious Writings was asked, did Forrest come up with the little girl from India scenario?
And MW answers, the little girl of India first appeared in the Mysterious Writings 2016 6 Questions with Forrest Fenn. The question was, your treasure hunt has inspired people worldwide to discover history, culture, and nature, but many people, even in the U.S., might be deterred because they don't live near the Rockies or can't afford to travel. Should they be deterred? Can a little girl in India who speaks good English, but only has your poem and a map of the U.S. Rocky Mountains, work out where the treasure is? And would she be confident as she solves each clue, or only confident when she has solved them all? Forrest Fenn answers, I wish I had another treasure to hide in the Appalachians. The little girl in India cannot get closer than the first two clues. There are many disabled people who are deeply into maps and geography, and they are having a lot of fun. The link to this question and answer is below.
This Q&A sparked lots and lots of discussions on if boots on the ground was required. The fact Forrest said that the little girl from India couldn't get closer than the first two clues suggested a physical search was needed to discover the other 7. However, this doesn't mean she couldn't have solid ideas for the other 7 clues. I think this is where the debate really got heated. There was one side which felt you had to be boots on the ground to solve the other 7 clues, and that there was no other way.
Another side felt a searcher could know what the remaining clues were, but they just weren't on a map. They said, remember, she only had a map of the Rocky Mountains. This implies where Warner's Halt and Canyon Down are shown on the map, but the home of Brown is not. This doesn't mean searchers won't know what the other clues are when going boots on the ground, just that they can't be discovered on a map, specifically the map she had. There was another camp who felt there was a balance between the two. They said the question and answer seemed to suggest the first 2 clues could be identified on a map and that the other 7 will need confirmed with boots on the ground, but the remaining clues could be realized through other research beforehand. This approach seemed best to match with the first 6 questions Mysterious Writings ever did with Forrest in 2013. Forrest had said the following, the person who finds the treasure will have studied the poem over and over and thought and analyzed and moved with confidence. Nothing about it will be accidental. T.S. Eliot said, we shall not cease from our exploration, and at the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time.
The little girl from India came up again in the following year's 6 questions with Forrest. The question was, I've heard her adorable little girl from India decided to start writing a little kid from Penobscot. They are fully enjoying and excitedly exploring areas they feel your treasure poem could lead to. They've researched via maps, history books, and the internet. However, since she has been told she can't get closer than 2 clues to the treasure, she's planning a trip to not only personally meet the little kid from Penobscot, but to search the Rockies for your treasure. How do you imagine their search will go? Can she now find the treasure? And the answer is, some of those kids from Penobscot are very bright. The treasure will be found by someone who followed the clues to the location. To me, that is the only plausible recipe.
She was also seen in other featured questions. On August 12th in 2016, a question was, Mr. Fenn, you've undoubtedly met countless numbers of us searchers. Is there anyone who stands out in your mind, and if so, why? Doug. Many stick out in my mind, Doug, but especially the fictitious little girl from India who Jenny invented.
May 22nd, 2017, the question was, Hi Forrest, we are now aware that the poem is a map. If the poem is a map and will tell us exactly where to go, why couldn't the little girl from India get past the first 2 clues? I think it's because after solving all 9 clues from home, the ocean prevents her from journeying to the precise location to retrieve the treasure chest. Lagerta the Bold. Answer. Dear whoever asked this question, thanks for answering it for me, Forrest. On August 21st, 2018, the question was, Mr. Fenn, if your poem was in Braille, how close could Helen Keller get to the chest on her own? Hitchhiker. Answer. Don't know, Hitch, but I would probably tell her to team up with the little girl from India, Forrest.
So what can we gain from all these questions and answers? One thing for sure is everyone loves the little girl from India, even Forrest Fenn. However, from there, it's for each of us to decide.
Subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and as always, see you next time.
Right, see you next time, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.